First of all, and most importantly, warmest congratulations to all of you graduating today. I am very sorry not to be with you in person on the 14th of July. I'm away on annual leave. One of the lessons of university life is that careful planning matters. One of the lessons of being ahead of school is that even careful planning sometimes remains more of an aspiration than a settled fact. So here I am, speaking to you by video. That means you may be watching this in Edinburgh, at home with family, on a train, in another country, or possibly while trying to work out whether it's still acceptable to wear your graduation outfit several hours after the ceremony. My view is yes, absolutely, you have earned it. Today is a day to celebrate your achievement, whether you're graduating in philosophy, psychology, linguistics, English language, cognitive science, or one of the many taught postgraduate and research degrees we offer. You have completed something demanding and important at one of the world's great universities. That is not a small thing. For our undergraduates, the last few years will have involved much more than lectures, seminars and assessments. You've learned to live independently, to manage time, to think under pressure, and to discover that I'll just quickly check learn is rarely a quick activity. For our taught postgraduates, you arrived and moved at extraordinary speed. New ideas, new methods, new datasets, new arguments, new software, new supervisors, new friends, and very often a new city. A one-year master's degree can feel like an academic sprint conducted at marathon intensity. You made it. And to our PhD graduates, you have travelled the long road. You've lived with a question for years. You've dealt with drafts, data, experiments, fieldwork, archives, participants, code, footnotes, revisions, and a strange emotional journey from this is definitely impossible to actually this might be a contribution to knowledge. Today we recognize not only the thesis but the persistence behind it, and we're delighted to welcome you as fellow scholars. Each part of PPLS brings something distinctive to the world. Philosophy trains people to ask hard questions, including the ones everyone else was hoping could be left until after coffee. Psychology helps us understand minds, behavior, development, cognition, emotion, and the sometimes surprising gap between what people say they will do and what they actually do. Language science shows us how language shapes communication, culture, identity, technology and thought. And it also gives you that lifelong gift of never being able to hear someone say, "Oh, that's just semantics," without quietly disagreeing. Together, these disciplines matter because they help us understand what it is to be human, how we think, how we reason, how we communicate, how we learn, how we disagree, how we make meaning together. And that's why your degree matters beyond the university. You are not leaving simply with a certificate. You are leaving with habits of mind, curiosity, precision, imagination, skepticism, empathy, and the ability to ask better questions. The world badly needs those habits. I also want to say a few thank yous. Thank you to the academic staff and supervisors who have taught, guided and challenged you. Thank you to our tutors, demonstrators, technicians, research teams and professional services colleagues, whose work is often less visible but absolutely essential. Universities can look as though they run on ideas and ideas alone, but they don't. They run on people doing a great deal of careful work, much of it behind the scenes. Thank you too to families, partners, friends and supporters. You may not have submitted the essays, run the experiments, written the dissertation or sat the exams, though I suspect some of you heard quite a lot about them. But your encouragement, patience, meals, messages, late-night conversations and belief have helped make today possible. And to the graduates themselves, thank you for what you have brought to PPLS. Your questions, your energy, your humor, your high standards and your commitment have made this school better. A word too about Edinburgh. Some of you will be staying. Some of you will be leaving very soon, and some of you may already be elsewhere by the time you watch this. But this city has a way of becoming part of your story. The Meadows, Arthur's Seat, George Square. The first time you realize that in Edinburgh, I'll just walk there, can be a surprisingly athletic decision, thanks to all the steps, inclines and bridges, with which you're now very familiar. And of course, the summer weather, which may, by the time you see this, include sunshine, wind, drizzle, and a philosophical argument about whether July really is a summer month. Wherever you go next, stay connected. Stay connected with your friends. Stay connected with your lecturers, your supervisors. Stay connected with the school. Tell us what you do next in research, in industry, technology, education, public service, charities, healthcare, the arts, or something none of us has yet thought to name. Your relationship with PPLS does not end today. You are now part of our global alumni community. We will remain proud of you and will be very glad to hear from you. So take a moment today to enjoy this properly. Not just the ceremony, the photographs and the celebrations, but the fact of what you have done. Think back to the effort, the uncertainties, the breakthroughs, the people who helped you, and the version of yourself who began this journey. You did it. Congratulations to all our graduates. Thank you for being part of PPLS. Have a wonderful graduation day, and wherever you're watching this from, I hope you celebrate well. Thank you.